Greetings fans, hyperfans and people just lost looking for videos of cats on YouTube. Along with my channel, Doctor Who has also regenerated and we now have the wonderful Jodie Whittaker playing the 13th incarnation of Doctor Who. And the series was... well, Jodie Whittaker was fantastic, but with a Scooby Gang of assistants and without any real standout bad guys, Character Option, who are the action figure license holder for the series, decided not to go for a full wave. But this 5.5-inch figure version was available exclusively from the Character Options website. Now, unlike the last couple of collector's figures, the packaging on this, it's a little bit plain. It's very much as you'd expect to find it in stores, so I don't know if they're planning on releasing this to things like Forbidden Planet later. But for now, we just have a blister card, actually has a hang tag attached to it, and the back just shows the cross-sell. It does have the new logo, slightly brighter blue than we've seen on other packaging, but let's actually get into this and see what the toy's like. So, first impression taking out the package. The sculpt is actually really quite nice. So there are some details on the outfit that I didn't notice in the show, like the edging on the jacket, but I have to say that some of the paint looks a little bit sloppy to me, especially in the roots, which basically just looks like a dark brown lump and there's no real transition into the blonde. And if we just have a close-up look at the face sculpt, it's passable, but it's not 100% Jodie's features. I mean, the mouth is a little bit too broad, the eyes are a bit too small. I know that you're working on quite a small scale here, but again, maybe just a little bit more work on the paint could have really solved some of those issues. Articulation wise, we should start with the head. It is on a ball joint, but because of the closeness of the hair, there's really very little side to side. Turns fine. Looking up and down just a little bit, so it's a little bit hindered. The arms, there is no outward movement on the shoulders. There is a bicep cut. There is a pinned elbow with almost 90 degrees. There is a wrist swivel. One hand is moulded open, the other is moulded shut to hold the screwdriver, which is just silver with a little bit of kind of a mustardy orange for detailing. I'd probably have wanted something that looks a little bit more glowy, but it's a very organic mould, so it's always going to work. The coat is soft vinyl, and when you lift it out of the package, you can really smell the sort of new toy smell. There is a very stiff waist swivel, no crunch. You've got a hip joint that goes up probably about 80 degrees and back not at all because of the coat. It does move out, but again very much hindered by the coat. That is a universal joint in there. There's no turn in the legs, but there is a knee, which again comes to a 90-degree bend. Comparing it to some of the other more recent figures, so putting her toe-to-toe with Peter Capaldi's 12th and Tom Baker's 4th Doctor, you can see that whilst they scale together very well, the amount of detailing on the new figure actually isn't as good as they've afforded previous Doctors. 12th Doctor has similar leg articulation, but he's actually got universal joints in the arms. Tom Baker has similar arms, but then he's got thigh cuts and more detailing in the legs. It feels very much as though this figure was under-designed and knocked out quickly so that they could actually capitalise on the series. And whilst we're not going to be getting any more Doctor Who from the BBC till 2020, I think we're going to see more iterations of this figure, probably in things like the B&M 3-packs. Now if we have a look at Jodie next to these two, Not only because they're 3 female figures, but also because they're 3 special editions. Missy was, again, only available from the Character Options website, and Ace was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I believe, although I did manage to pick her up from a third-party seller. And the detail on those two compared to Jodie is immense. The paint's really good, the amount of detailing is really good, and the accessories, especially that came with Ace, just really make the Jodie figure a little bit lackluster. Now, there has been this weird backlash about Jodie being the Doctor, and maybe Character Option are hedging their bets and spending a little bit less on this series of toys in case they feel that they're not going to sell as many. It's a real shame. I mean, I feel as though this toy is good as far as it goes, and it is really nice to have a representation of a fantastic actress playing the Doctor. But I really think, considering this is supposed to be a special edition figure, they could have done better. So I guess in conclusion, if you're a completist and you want to get a 13th Doctor this quickly, it's there for you to buy. It is a good figure. But I really hope that Character Options pull their finger out, clean the mould up, and give us a second release. Now, just because the BBC aren't doing any new Doctor Who, that doesn't mean that there's not Big Finish, there's not the books. So hopefully when the TV show goes back, there'll still be an appetite for the character. Chibnall will have worked out you don't have to kill people off just to make things drama, and the script writers will have worked out a voice for Jodie that doesn't just rely on her saying sorry to everything.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Asa. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm so sorry this has happened to you.
If you've liked this video, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when the next one's coming up, and until next time, if you're keeping the mint in package, you're not a toy collector, you're a box collector.